Hi guys, welcome back. This is the start of my new challenge. Basically, what we're going to do, we're going to have a small account and see if we can grow it to something bigger, a lot bigger. Um, I started this account a little, probably yesterday, start of the week, start of September, and we're going to go for the rest of the month and just hopefully see if we can grow it up a little bit bigger then, and see how far we can take it. Uh, the account I started with, I think it was. Let me just get my Excel up. So yeah, here we go. Look, I started with 57.21 on the 1st of September yesterday, and I did quite a good day actually yesterday. I probably had a bit too much. I probably should have been a bit less, but you got to let your winners run. So I actually made 28.45 yesterday, um, which is more than the £2.86 I was hoping to make, which is 5% target. And then obviously that then goes forward to today. So my new balance was there, 85.66. My target was 428 and I made 499. So again, it's another 5% on the account, which obviously I know is a small account, but you know when this gets bigger and bigger, obviously 5% is a lot more money. Um, all I do here is enter my new balance at the end of the trading day or whatever. As soon as I've hit my target, which obviously so tomorrow my target will be I've got 90.65 in the account, and my target will be £4.53, which doesn't sound like a lot, but obviously, as I said, as it goes longer and longer, the amounts get bigger and bigger, and it's a good way of building up from a small account into something a lot bigger, and actually managing, like not blowing your account. There's not many trades I take that are under 1 to 1, um, and it's all achievable, which is what you want. It doesn't focus necessarily on the cash value, but focuses more on if you're right or wrong. Have you put a good trade on? Is it going in your direction? Are you managing your risk? The risk on this can be to like a pound. I even lost a couple of trades today and then won one or two, I think, and ended up hitting my target easily with no stress. It's only 9:30 now, and I was up at 6. Because obviously, well, basically, I broke my shoulder, so I had a bit of time off, which is why I'm doing this now. And I just wanted to kind of whilst I was off and can't do a lot of anything else, I thought, well, I'll start a little trade and just do some daily videos and see where we can go. So basically, on this chart, obviously, it gives me the rest of the week. Obviously, there's weekends to come out of this, but it gives me my basically. I'm just looking for 5% on the account balance every day, which is a lot normally, but obviously, because it's such a small account, I can keep my risk low, and because the amount of money is quite small, it doesn't really, it's not like money I'm relying on. I don't need this money. It's just kind of sitting there. So you can see my projected expected growth. So if I made 5% per day for the next 30 days, obviously there's weekends and stuff as well, which I do trade because I trade ETH and stuff like that. But by the end of the month, effectively, that we should be up to almost £352. That's not accounting for if we do a little bit more some days or a little bit less some days. Um, but so you've gone from in a month, you've turned necessarily £57.21 into £352, which is, if you added a couple of zeros on each of them, you start with 520 and you turn it into 3.5 grand, that make a massive difference in someone's life. That's almost a wage for someone. So just the theory really behind it. It's just a small amount. I can trade. I can still do everything I do normally. Obviously, I'm in a position where I've got a bit of time off now because I'm recovering. So I've got time to spend on it, and just go from there. Let me just quickly show you. These are the pairs I look at. So the main pairs I look at the minute is pound USD, the S&P 500, the DAX, uh, gold, quite like gold, ETH and Bitcoin. I don't tend to trade both of these at once. I find there's a bit of correlation between the gold, the ETH, and the Bitcoin. So I just kind of usually do one of the three. Let me just show you some of the trades if I got. So this is the current month's trades. This is all from yesterday. You can see I had a loss straight away. Then I did a couple of bigger winners, which really helped that money from yesterday. And you can see I even kept trading, which I probably shouldn't have done, but I was just trading because I was actually trading because I wanted to trade, which sounds awful. But I was just kind of refining this up a bit more. I saw some opportunities and took them, which I lost some, then gained some more, and then lost some, and then pretty much called it quits. And then obviously today we're just taking little amounts out of the market. You see £3, £2.79. Some of these were where I've had a bigger position on and then just split it down because obviously I've just took the profit off and just let it a little bit run. And let me have a look. So today, let me just go to today. I'll show you what I've done today. So these are the trades I took today. So I lost £2 originally on GBP USD. It was a bit early in the morning, really. This is just small amounts, you see. And then I've won 118 on ETH, which I just kind of come out of because I think I put it again. I put it on quite early. What time did I put it on? I closed it at half 8. It didn't tell me when it opened. It was about half 6 in the morning. Excuse me. And then the DAX, obviously, I ended and that took into my target today. So £4.99 is what I made today. And maybe have a look again in the afternoon session just to see if any of my setups. But what I'll mainly do today now, because I've already done my target for this small trade, obviously in the other accounts, but I'll now go back through the charts, spend a bit of time back testing / looking at the setups I could have got and reasons why I didn't take them, and just kind of making sure I'm 100% up on my strategy and not necessarily over trading. I'm just going to go back and look at it and work it through, and just this is what you should be doing. You shouldn't, I can have today off if I want to, but I'm pretty bored sitting around all day. So I'll just go back over all my charts, have a look, see what setups I missed, see what setups I could take, and then just kind of get my eye in, to keep me on the ball. You can see we had obviously a bit of news today where it's dropped off on the pound and the S&P and all basically the indices have all dropped, and the forex obviously. But yeah, so I'll recap that. I'll try and do another video tomorrow. I'll just do kind of daily videos for the next month unless I blow it, which I shouldn't do, because you just got to keep your risk managed. I mean, on the trade where I'm trying to make 5%, I'm probably risking a couple of quid, so maybe 2%, if that. Sometimes I'm less than that. Sometimes I just have to put it on there because obviously limited allow. But if you want to know what I look at and the setups and stuff, then drop us a comment and I'll try and go through exactly how I look at what I'm looking at for my setups and what I trade and the whole theory behind it. It's not complicated. It's pretty straightforward and it seems to be working. So I just stick with it really on a day-to-day basis. Nothing exciting, but let me know and I'll do a special video on that. Or if you have any questions about anything else, then let us know. But yeah, as I said, I'll keep doing the daily videos, and then we'll get to the month, and then hopefully we'll just continue on to the next month and we'll see where we go. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and yeah, we'll catch you all soon. See you later.